It's pretty easy to turn most any pie into a bar cookie, like a cheesecake bar or a lemon bar. But pecan bars are a different story. You can't just plug that pie into a rectangular pan and expect it to work, because the gooey custard filling is just too messy to eat out of hand. But not to worry, we've got Elle to show us how to make the ultimate pecan bars.
That's right, Julianne. We can't make pecan bars like we make all other bars. In fact, we're going to have to rework the recipe entirely. We're also going to work on bringing that pecan flavor front and center.
About time.
I know. So I have some pecans in the oven. You help me get it out?
You bet.
Awesome. So we've had these pecans toasting at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes.
Ooh, those smell good.
Yeah, you smell them? Very aromatic,
Yeah,
right?
they're very aromatic.
We tested the recipe with toasted and untoasted nuts. And while the slick glaze darkened both nuts, we found that the pre-toasted nuts were considerably more brown and had a more complex flavor.
That does not surprise me.
Not at all. Well, we're gonna let them cool. And while we're doing that, we're gonna start making our crust. So most bar cookie recipes require a food processor cutting cold butter into flour. We found a much simpler recipe. So we started with 1 3/4 cups flour, 6 tablespoons sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna have 8 tablespoons of unsalted melted butter. This is taking the place of our chilled butter.
Wow, that's really fast.
It is.
It's a lot easier than dragging out that food processor.
Absolutely, and it's gonna create for us a nice shortbread-like crust that can handle the weight of the pecans, the glaze, and cook very nicely.
Right, because that's the point of a bar cookie. You can eat it out of hand. You don't need
Absolutely.
a fork and knife.
So we're just gonna mix this flour and butter together, and you'll know it's ready when it starts to crumble in your hand and form a ball.
Oh, look at that.
Can you bring our pan over?
You bet.
All right.
So this looks like your standard 9 by 13-inch metal pan.
Absolutely, and we made this great foil sling that will work in our benefit towards the end when we're trying to take it out to cool it. So I'm just gonna take about tablespoon ball-sized portions and lay them around the pan. And this is so easy because there's no forming like in the food processor. You know that the texture is right.
And no rolling out. This is just a press and crust.
That's it, just a press and crust. So once we get all these balls in, we're gonna use our hands and our palms to evenly distribute this crust.
My kind of cooking.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
cooking that you just get to use your hands like
I
you're supposed to do.
know.
Get the utensils out of the way.
My grandmother was a hand cook. She
Oh,
loved
yeah?
putting her hands in food. Okay, so we're looking to make sure that the crust is absolutely flat and evenly distributed across the bottom of the pan. Right?
Looks like you did a pretty good job.
Well, thank you. All right, so our nuts have cooled. Our crust is ready. Let's start making this topping.
Let's do it.
So there's half a cup of corn syrup in the bowl. To this, we're gonna add 3/4 cup brown sugar. We're also gonna add 7 tablespoons melted butter,
This is starting to look good already.
1 teaspoon of vanilla, and half teaspoon of salt. So I'm just gonna give that a good mix. We tried this recipe with all corn syrup, and it left it a very flat flavor. We tried it with honey, and while it was a slick, moist, and gooey looking bar,
It was a honey bar.
it was a honey bar. The flavor was just too prominent. What we found is that sugar and corn syrup are the perfect combination.
So you get that loose texture of the corn syrup, so it's
Yes.
not like gonna break your tooth, but they got the flavor of the brown sugar.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
I think we're ready to add our pecans.
Oh, let me help you with that.
Thank you.
We'll do the pecan shimmy.
We can do the pecan shimmy, but we're gonna add all of these pecans.
Now that's a lot of pecans for that topping now that I'm looking at it.
I know, it's nuts, right?
Yeah. Nice one.
Having all of these pecans really plays in our favor. Not only is it great for flavor, it adds a lot of texture to the bar. So we have some pecans in our slick, gooey topping, and we also have some that are baking on top that are gonna be nice and crispy and give you a good snap when you bite it. All right, let's get it in our crust.
Now I noticed that, this crust is not par baked, and usually when you make a bar cookie, you par bake the crust. So what's the story here?
Well, we're not par baking because first we're gonna cook these bars in the lowest rack of our oven to make sure that the bottom cooks and browns nicely. Second, we're extending the cook time to make sure that that crust cooks completely through. And finally, you'll notice we didn't cook this topping on the stove.
Oh, that's a good point.
We skipped that step. We streamlined the recipe so that we can make it faster and better. This syrup is gonna cook evenly on top of this crust, and it's gonna be so much magic. You're gonna love it.
You sold me. Also, you sold me that we didn't use a mixer, we didn't use a food processor, we didn't even use the stove. I mean, this is the perfect one-bowl recipe.
I mean, that's the whole point of making a quick and easy ultra nutty bar, to make it as easy and simple as possible. So I'm gonna spread these nuts over the crust evenly. And it's okay if some of the crust comes up, because like I said, it's gonna cook and melt and evenly distribute over the crust. I think that's ready to go. We have some nuts on the bottom, we have some nuts sitting on top.
And those little areas and spots that aren't covered, they're okay.
The high temperature we're cooking these bars at will make sure that all of this nice gooiness melts completely over the bar.
All right.
So I'm gonna put this pecan bar in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 minutes.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, man. Okay, this looks like a totally different animal than when you put it in. That looks so good.
Absolutely. That's because it's ready. It's bubbling evenly across the top. Looks like all the sauce is distributed evenly.
Man, that smells amazing. It smells just like pecan pie.
It really does. But we can't eat it now.
Yeah, obviously it looks a little like lava.
Yes, it would take about an hour and a half before we could eat it so that it can cool.
All right.
Yeah, but before I do that, I'm gonna sprinkle this nice flaky sea salt on it. Because what's
Builds
dessert?
the lily a little bit.
What's sugar without a little salt?
Oh, that sea salt. I love the idea of those crunchy, salty bits on top of something that's pretty sweet.
So this bar's cooled for an hour and a half. I think we're ready to cut and
Oh,
eat.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna use our foil sling to lift it out. Will you take the bottom out for me?
Oh, you know it. Oh, look how that comes right out of the pan. Love that sling trick.
Okay. So
Oh, look at that slide right off the foil.
the edges are gonna be a little bit more firm than the center. So
Ooh.
once I remove it from the foil, I'm gonna cut some of the edge off, and then we're gonna get all in it.
Nice. I hope you're not going to throw those trimmings away. Those look delicious, like I could crinkle them up over ice cream or something.
I think we should absolutely keep them. Waste not, want not.
Elle, those look amazing. Can we eat them?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do it.
I'm going to take the one right off the top. First test, you can pick it up. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh man, that's good. And that crust, it's nice and sturdy. And like you mentioned earlier, it has a real nice shortbread consistency, but it's not crumbling apart in my hand. I can pick it up and hold it pretty easily.
That's true. That's because we made sure that it was cooked and nice and brown on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. That crust went in raw. We didn't par-bake it. Elle, you nailed it. These are the best pecan bars I have ever had.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
For the nuttiest pecan bars, use a whopping 4 cups of nuts and be sure to toast them in order to bring out their deep, rich flavor. Create a sturdy but tender crust by making an easy press and dough and skip the par baking. So from our test kitchen to your kitchen, the best recipe for ultra nutty pecan bars. Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.